Hello guys, this is part 2 of my PhD seminar paper presentation on social protection in the age of automation. And the central question that I really want to answer with my paper is this. What happens to millions of workers when technology moves faster than their skills and when the shift to low carbon economies leaves those skills behind? That is the question that this slide and all of the parts will be answering. Now, let's look at the changing world of work, how the present world of work is changing as we know it. And the big part of that is understanding automation. When we say automation, what do we mean? Now, automation refers to the use of machines, software, digital systems to perform tasks previously done by humans alone. Automation can involve simple machines, computer programs, and advanced artificial intelligence. It affects tasks, not just entire jobs. So let me explain using a bank teller for instance. Let's say you are a teller, you work in a bank. The job is a bank teller or a bank cashier. Now, the coupleness of that job, what you do day to day in that job, their task. Your task could be receiving money, filing money, and all of that. Now, by the time you now have ATM that can receive money and file money, so the ATM has taken over that task of receiving money for customers and storing the money. So that task is eliminated. So that means the bank will now need less tellers or less cashiers to perform that role because machines cannot perform the role. Another example is an accountant. An accountant, your job involves bookkeeping. If AI can do the job of bookkeeping, if that bookkeeping task can be automated, it means that the job of an accountant, you have less tasks to perform. It means the organization will need less accountant because some parts of the task involved in your job are being automated. Do you get? So that distinction is important for what I will say later. Now, automation changes how tasks are done. Some tasks disappear, some transform, and new tasks emerge. And this decision is very important for understanding labor market risk and the dynamics in the labor market. Now, but in this age, we have seen automation on a different level. It is powered by AI. And not just AI, there's what you now call agentic AI. Agentic AI are AI that have agency, that they can make decisions on their own. They are systems that can decide, plan, and act with minimal human instruction. Some people call them the age of thinking machines. So machines are not able to think, to analyze data, to make recommendations, to execute tasks across systems. And automation increasingly affects cognitive and decision-based tasks, which were tasks that only humans could do, not just routine work. Now, humans are now working with, alongside, or through intelligent machines. Yeah, so AI, especially agentic AI, has made machines more powerful and more competent in executing tasks. It means that more tasks that were being done by humans before will now be done by machines. Automation today is no longer just about machines following fixed instructions. With agentic AI, we now have systems that can set goals, choose actions, and operate across workflows, sometimes faster and even more accurate than humans. This changes the nature of work fundamentally. And this is the first time in human history that we are experiencing this, that machines are beginning to think and machines are beginning to have agency. It's the first time in the history of the world that we are experiencing this. It's not just about jobs loss, but about how human roles are redefined in a world where machines now have agency. Yeah. So there are companies that have replaced workers with agentic AI, apparently customer care for customer care roles. Now let's understand what we mean by AI. I know many of you, of course, if you're not living under the rock, you must have heard the word AI. What is AI? Now, it refers to systems that can learn from data, that recognize patterns, and make decisions or predictions. AI can perform tasks such as language translation, facial voice recognition, automated decision making. But modern AI systems are improving at a rate that you can't even begin to imagine. They're improving over time and they are operating with minimum human supervision. And if you look at the investment in AI, the investment in the field of AI, in building AI data centers, that will give you an idea of what is coming. That this system will only become more powerful. Imagine the project that OpenAI is doing with Target in the US, that they are investing over $500 billion in building an AI data center to power their machines. So that tells you the increasing capability that these machines will have in doing work that were previously meant for humans. But AI is not a single machine or robot. Let's be clear, AI is not ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini or a Perplexity. It's not a single machine. It's a set of technologies that allow machines to learn from experience, learn information, and make decisions. Now, what is new today is not just AI itself, but how powerful, accessible, and embedded it has become across everyday work and services. And this will only get better. Let's look at how automation changes jobs. Task versus jobs. A job is made up of many tasks. Automation usually affects tasks, not entire jobs, right? Examples, a cashier's job includes scanning items, handling cash, assisting customers. Automation may replace scanning a payment, but not customer support. Although with AI automation, even the customer support may be replaced. So by the time automation replaces all the tasks that a cashier is to be doing, so what will the cashier now be doing? So that is the question that we are asking and trying to provide solution to. What will the cashier now be doing? So, of course, less cashiers will be needed. And even the one or two cashiers that will be available, what would they be doing? There is need to build their capability on whether using the AI systems or on new set of skills. Now, the result is that some tasks disappear entirely. Some tasks change, new tasks emerge. That is the beauty of automation. Now, it's important to understand that automation really wipes out whole occupations overnight. Yeah, so it doesn't. Instead, it changes the mix of tasks within jobs. This means workers are not necessarily unemployed, but they may become less productive or less relevant if their skills do not evolve over time. Imagine someone who knows how to repair generator, an expert in generator repair. And now the world is transiting to solar systems. People are buying less generator. So obviously, he still has the skills, but the skill will be more or less useless to him. Can't use the skill to earn a living again, yeah, is moving away from that. So that takes me to the next section, which is the green transition and climate-driven labor change. The green transition refers to the shift toward low carbon energy, moving from generator to solar panels, moving from gasoline powered cars to electric cars, environmentally sustainable production, climate resilient livelihoods. Now, climate change is already affecting agriculture, energy, transport, construction. These changes are reshaping the types of jobs available and the skills required to do them. Let's say you are a motor mechanic, you know how to repair cars. So now with the changing towards low carbon energy vehicles that are powered by electricity and batteries, you have to migrate to cars, electric cars, and learn how to work on electric cars so that you don't become irrelevant. Climate change is not only an environmental issue, it's a labor market issue. As economies shift away from fossil fuels and toward sustainable systems, some jobs decline while others emerge. Workers who lack the right skills are at risk of exclusion. I already made examples of the generator repairer. If you don't learn how to repair, how to move to solar panel repairs or solar technician, you may be out of job or your skill may be irrelevant. I also make an example of a motor vehicle mechanic. If all you know is how to repair a gasoline car, your skills may be irrelevant very soon. Yeah, so these are the things that we are saying. Now, digital skills and green skills are rising together. They are rising together. By green skills, I mean skills that you need for the low carbon economy. Now, many green jobs now require digital competency, data monitoring, smart systems, digital reporting, and controls. For example, renewable energy systems use digital monitoring. Climate-smart agriculture relies on data and sensors. Waste and recycling systems use digital logistics. The future workforce needs combined digital and green skill sets. Very important. Workforce of the future needs to be empowered with digital skills and green skills instead. So the green transition is not happening in isolation from technology. Solar farms, smart grids, climate resistant agriculture, and environmental monitoring all rely on digital tools. This is why future workers must be equipped with both digital and green skills, not one or the other. So that I'll stop. This is the second part of the presentation. For the next part, I'll be talking about Nigeria's labor reality. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all social media platforms.